like to welcome Ashley Good. Ashley, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Mark.
So, Ashley is a personal coach. You've got a huge resume, impressive, Ashley, and I don't want to get too into it. Suffice to say that you're a former Anthony Robbins coach. You're the founder of a boutique coaching and consulting firm, and more importantly, personally, we've worked together on a personal and business level, and I've had some great results, and I wanted to get you on here. So, let's get right into it. The reason I wanted to get you on, obviously, we're going through something that none of us have ever experienced before, and a lot of people have lost jobs, a lot of financial insecurity, and there's a lot of business owners, more importantly, that are clients of mine who are basically hanging by a thread. They've been forced to close. They don't know what their future holds, whether they're going to open up again. And I thought I'd just get you on and sort of say, if they were speaking to you, what would you say to them?
Okay. About how to manage this at the moment.
Yeah, the stress and, just overall, what would you say?
So the one thing that I'm seeing a lot of, and it's completely normal, is the worry and the panic about what's going to happen later on down the track. And having that kind of thinking with the enormous amount of uncertainty that's going on right now massively exacerbates what is already a stressful situation. So what I say to people is, look at today. What is the immediate next step for today? If you can keep your focus contained in a day-to-day basis where today is its own destination and its own journey, and you are just looking at what is the step that's immediately in front of me, that will greatly cut down on stress, because trying to plan for an unknown future from a place of unresourcefulness and from a place of stress is never going to be a good strategy. So keep it focused on today.
I know when we spoke many times, but you talked about releasing the outcome, something you can't control. Would you agree that that's kind of what people sort of get caught up in, trying to control the outcome that obviously nobody knows what's going to happen right now?
Yes. And it is the thing that everybody is wanting. If we go to, let's say, so Tony Robbins' work, all of his work is based on human needs psychology, which essentially says that every single human in the world, no matter what else might separate them, has 6 human needs. And everything that we think, say, and do is simply in an attempt to meet one or more of those needs. And at the top of that food chain is certainty and security and comfort and the need to know that we can move towards pleasure and away from pain. That's the need that's not being satisfied right now. But the more it's not being satisfied, the more we want to control it. It's the catch-22. The more we can't control something, the more we want to control it. So this is the time for us to meet our own need for certainty by, exactly as you said, bringing it back to what we can control: our health, number one, our outlook, and the simple, basic tasks that keep us on the right foot.
Right. And if you were talking to someone, obviously we're talking about business owners, but we're also talking about the individuals where we've lost a little bit of that social interaction too. So what are you seeing out there? Like, what are you suggesting to people who've lost that social interaction? I know for someone like yourself, and even for me, we're quite used to being able to work from, remote locations and independently. But for those that really survive on that social interaction, what's your thought?
Yeah, and I'm hearing that from a lot of extroverts right now that are craving the personal connection. The one thing I would say is get off social media. People are spending way too much time scrolling through on news, which isn't really helpful past 10 minutes a day, but social media is not a replacement for that connection that they're craving. Reaching out like this, it is amazing and surprising how much of a connection people really can have in the virtual world if they take the time to schedule it and reach out, like you and I right now. There is a great deal of social, and it's a little bit different, but it's not really any less rewarding when you're reaching out to people that you truly care about, and it's this sort of one-on-one or Zoom calls with your family.
And in your experience in working with clients? Are you finding, you talked about health, are you finding that that's a key component, especially in situations like this and times like this?
Absolutely key component. And the crazy thing is that, well, you've got two sides of the spectrum, is what I'm seeing anyway. You've got one side of the spectrum that is drinking more than they've ever drunk, and they're eating all the junk food, and they are letting themselves go, and they're not exercising. And that's disastrous on so many levels. It really is. This is not the time you want to be doing that, because all of that then chemically starts affecting your thoughts. Then you get into really fear-based thinking, and you don't even recognize that it's not actually your thought. It's actually being induced by chemicals of alcohol or sugar or foods that are really low vibration. This is such a great time to, and again, it can be simple, but movement, hydration. Hydration affects your biochemistry. Your biochemistry affects your physiology. Your physiology is the number one ingredient of having a good emotional and mental mindset.
I know for me, it's a big part of my life. And I was saying to someone the other day that it's a perfect chance or opportunity for people to reset and sort of, work on their goals. And I know that you can look at it from a negative perspective, or, glass half full, or half empty. But if you're looking at it from a glass half full, then yeah, all the things you're talking about in terms of health and the simple things, hydrating and eating well and getting a little bit of exercise. In closing, I just wanted to ask you, so if someone's thinking about hiring a personal coach, whether it be for, personal development, business development, what's the best way to get a hold of you? And, are you available?
Thank you for asking. Yes, I'm absolutely available. And the best way to get in touch with me is through email, or just call me up, send me a text.
So what I'll do is when I put this video together, I'll put a little link at the bottom to your website and your email, and then we'll go from there. But I wanted to thank you for joining me. I know it was quick, but I just wanted to get this out because I know a lot of people are struggling, and I think it's helpful.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, well, I hope this was helpful to your people, and thank you for doing this. What a great service you were giving to your clients and the people.
Thanks, Ashley. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.